What's up, everybody? Buddha back here again, and this is my first, I guess it would be technically a sponsored video. Several weeks ago, I happened to be poking around on Facebook, uh, and one of the groups I was in, somebody had posted that they had this company and they were wanted to give away their battle mat so that they could get some reviews in exchange, and I was kind of lucky enough to get that. Unfortunately, there was a bit of an issue with what it was, and I didn't think I was going to get it. And that's basically what this video is going to be about. So I was sitting around on Facebook, and like I said, there was a D&D group for 5th edition that I was a part of, and somebody had come in, and I'm going to leave names out for simplicity's sake. Person come in offered that if anybody would write a review about their product, that they would be able to get a free copy of the product so that they could write a review on it. Well, I said, well, I'm a kind of a YouTuber, fledgling at least, and I'd do a video review if you guys would send me a review copy of your battle mat. And that's what it was. It was for what's referred to in the gaming industry as a battle mat. It was um, just kind of where you can draw out your terrain and such to give a more feel of what's going on in a D&D campaign setting. So I said sure, and then it got to the point where it was like a week later, and I still didn't have the code, so I was kind of curious if anybody else had gotten their code, so I posted to the group and didn't really find out anything there. And then I got the code, so really no big deal. Got the code for the free product, ordered it, um, and it came in by UPS. But unfortunately, UPS, it came in a long box, like square box, because it was going to be rolled up anyway, and UPS freaking destroyed it. But based on what I brought on there, I wasn't quite sure if I really wanted to do this video or not. Um, but I ended up, I'm gonna do the video. I gave my word. I did it in regard in that I was gonna do the video in regards to getting a review copy. So I'm gonna keep my end of the bargain. Eventually, through Amazon, I got a replacement copy and sent the destroyed copy back, and the replacement copy was in perfect condition. Um, but the thing of the matter is that they want me to do a review, and I want to do it as unbiased as possible. It's not really made well. It looks like a poster board with one side laminated, and on that side, it's got a hex grid, or not a hex grid, but a square grid. The Amazon listing says that it is a square and hex grid, reversible, wet dry erase battle map, which sounds great. And it was 20 bucks. I got a code to get it for free, but it was 20 bucks. Um, but the mat is glorified cardstock paper. Now it is big. It's like 18 by 24, maybe a little bigger. It does have a battle mat system on it. Um, or just it's a square grid is what it boils down to. It's a large piece of paper printed on cardstock, and one side's laminated so that it will, dry erase or wet erase or whatever. And it's just a square grid. For 20 bucks, it really isn't what it stands up to trying to be. It's not reversible. The other side is not laminated. The other side does not have hex. So honestly, this would not be something that I would buy myself. And I told the lady that had messaged me about it. I sent her a message on Facebook and said, I got the review copy. Unfortunately, UPS destroyed it in progress. It was all bent up and creases in it and stuff like that. I haven't actually heard anything back from her to this day. I told her that I did get the replacement copy and it's a lot better condition, but to be honest, this is not something I would buy as a gamer. It just looks too cheaply made, especially for 20 bucks. So, but like I said, I'm keeping my word by doing this video review of the product that I received, and I'm going to do it as unbiasedly as possible. Um, so which means I may give it away to somebody who I know needs Battle Mat, or somebody wants to say they want it in the comments. I'll be glad to ship it to you, or ship it to you, no additional charges. For the way you pay for the shipping, and I'll ship it to you. If somebody in the comments says they want it, first come, first serve, no big deal. But with that being said, this intro I'm gonna just cut off here. I'm gonna record the next part of this and with the battle mat, so you can see exactly what it is, and we'll go through it more there. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, back here again, and we're going to do this kind of camcorder style. I don't know exactly how much of my face I'm getting here, but it's probably going to be the last you'll see of me. So this is what we have. We have, like I said, it's kind of a glorified cardstock. This side's real smooth, and this side's kind of rough. I don't know what you can see there, what you cannot see there. These markings have all been here for a couple of days. And we're going to do just kind of a demo here. They've all been here for a couple of days, and as you can see, they don't just rub off with the finger. And I only have wet erase markers, but that is what we have available. I've heard that dry erase markers don't actually work well with this mat, so we're gonna sign my name on the side of this thing here, and we're just gonna see it doesn't really even work well with a dry finger. But I do have a little wet rag here, so that's what we're gonna do, and it does come pretty much straight off with the wet rag. And I wanted to leave, different scribble marks here so that we could test. The actual scribble marks you see there, including these two kind of squares, have been there for a couple days longer than these solidly colored squares that you see here. So as you can tell, there's really, well, there's a little bit left there, but nothing major there. As it's coming back, it's not, doesn't seem to be stained or anything. It is a little wet, leftover wetness. I'm just going to dab that up a little bit. It's hard to do this one-handed. I normally have a cameraman for this, but, well, you see what's going on. So first off, we're going to start with this red square right down here, and I'm going to try to maneuver it here. And like I said, this has been on there for a long time. Comparatively speaking, probably more closer to a week than anything else on here. These squares have been on here for about 3 days now. So that comes off really quick. There's a lot of like red water spillage or like what have you, but I mean, it is a wet erase marker, and it does seem to be coming off really, really clean. So we're just gonna see there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, well, I can see it in the video, but you can see kind of the water lines and what's left over, and it does wipe away relatively clean, which is what I would not have expected, actually. We'll just clean the rest of this off here. I had 4 different markers here. There's the black one to represent that. So like I said, the squiggle marks were the oldest marks, but I was going to do this video the other day, and I got to the point where I was like, well, I should color in just a couple of boxes to make sure it doesn't have a stain. And it is wiping away really clean, actually. It's like I said, I was very surprised that if it would and didn't stain or anything. So now here's kind of the real test. I'm actually kind of surprised. These are probably going to wipe off just as well as the other stuff. As you can tell, it's real clean. You can't really tell anything was there now. So we're going to start with this green one here. If I can try to not to... Look at that. Just one small swipe. And you know what we're going to do? I'm going to trade hands here so that I can look at that, just kind of straight off. So it does do what it is advertised to do, but then again, it's advertised to have hexes on one side and squares on the other, reversible battle mat, and it doesn't have that. But I'm actually surprised that it didn't stain. I thought that given the somewhat cheapness of the way it was made, that it wouldn't actually do, and I just lost a marker, but it wouldn't actually do what it was supposed to do. So that's kind of it, really. Obviously it is working a little better than I figured it would. This has been sitting on my table for several days now. Like I said, closer to a week. The scribble marks I did probably about 5 to 7 days ago, and the squares that I colored in I did about 3 or 4 days ago. Lays pretty flat, but like I said, it's a poster board with a hex square on it, and one side's laminated. It's not like a big vinyl battle mat like Chessex will put out, but I guess it's not that as accurate, not accurately, but as well made as the vinyl checker mat. So if this is something you're kind of looking into, this would probably be good to start one with. I have a Chessex battle mat that I love. I have the really big one, the Mega Mat. But like I said, I am surprised about the way this didn't stain, which is what I really expected it to do. Other than that, I'm gonna give this. I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. If you don't count how it surprisingly as cheaply as it made, like I said, it surprised me. I figured it would have stained to some degree, and it doesn't. I don't know how well you can see, but I can see it here, and it's not stained at all. Like I said, I left these marks on here for at least a couple of days to try to see if something would go wrong with it, and evidently it didn't. So yeah, I give it a solid 6 out of 10, based on basically as amazed I am that this actually worked and it came off clean. It is pretty cheap for being a $20 object, because the small Chessex mat is like $30, I think. I don't know, I haven't bought one in a while. But yeah, so that's actually a really good buy, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to review this, and it didn't quite live up to what I thought it was going to do, or well, it actually surpassed what I thought it was going to do, exceedingly, to be honest. But I didn't expect much out of it, to be honest, and it surprised me, I will admit that. Beyond that, though, that's going to be the end of this, and I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for watching. Bye. Everybody, Buddha back here again. I realized when I was looking at the video from the recording here that in the recording there was a small area right in here that was not completely clean, but as you can see, it is now. It took a little bit of scrubbing. I think it was the blue that really kind of stained a little bit, but after looking at the video that I just recorded and watching it and seeing that stain, I kind of gave it a little more elbow grease and it came pretty much right out. As you can see, there's no major stainage anywhere now, and I just wanted to make that addendum while I could, and this will all get cut together as the full video when I get it done. But yeah, for the most part, the video, pardon me about my glasses, but for the most part, Battle Mat did a really good job, and I was surprised about it. So with that being said, you can either make your purchase or not make your purchase if it's something you want to do. I'm going to post this to YouTube. I'm going to post a link to the YouTube video on the Amazon page where the reviews go, and I'm going to post a link to the Amazon page in the description box below. So just let me know what you guys think. Like I said, first come who says it wants it and wants to pay the whatever it is going to be shipping, you can have it. I'll get it packaged into a box or something and ship it out to you as best as I can. Just let me know. Hit the comments below and tell me what you think. Later, guys.